Science Era. In this video, we're going to go over the multiple choice questions for exams in 2022 for FIS 1601 Human Anatomy and Physiology module, chapter number 1 Human Body Orientation. So, the question number 1 is consider the following levels: chemical, tissue, organ, cellular, organismal, systemic. Which of the following choices has the level listed in order of increasing complexity? So, they are asking you the order of level of organization. So, level of organization start from chemical, then cellular, then tissue, then organ, then systemic, and then organismal. So the answer is number D. Question number 2. Which is not essential to survival? Gravity is not essential for the survival. Water, oxygen, atmospheric pressure, and neutral are all the essential components for the survival. Question number 3. Using the term listed below, fill in the blanks with the proper term. So point number 1 is heart is located dash to the diaphragm, superior to the diaphragm. Muscles are dash to the bone, superficial to the bone. Shoulder is proximal to the elbow. In anatomical position, the thumb is lateral to the index finger. The vertebral region is medial to scapular region. The gluteal region is located on the posterior surface of the body. Question number 4. Match the proper anatomical term from column B with the common name column A for the body regions listed below. So column A, number 1 is buttocks. Buttocks are gluteal, back dorsal, heels calcaneal, front of the elbow is antecubital, toes digital, groin is inguinal, forehead is frontal, calf is sural, and the sole of the foot is plantar. So these are all the anatomical terms and how each of the body part is related to the anatomical region. Question number 5. Anatomical terms that apply to the backside of the body in anatomical position include number A, ventral and anterior, number B, back and rear, posterior and dorsal, or head and lateral. So the answer is anatomical terms that apply to the back side of the body in anatomical position is posterior, which means back, and dorsal. Question number 6. A neurosurgeon orders a spinal tap for a patient. Into what body cavity will needle be inserted? Needle will be inserted into the dorsal cavity. Why? Because spine is posterior. Question number 7. Which of the following groupings of abdominopelvic region is medial? Hypogastric, umbilical, and epigastric are the medial abdominopelvic region. Question number 8. A neurosurgeon orders a spinal tap for a patient. Into what body cavity will needle be inserted? Ventral, thoracic, dorsal, cranial, or pelvic? The answer is dorsal region. Question number 9. Which of the following is involved in maintaining homeostasis? So we're going to name all of the components of homeostasis regulation, which includes effector, control center, receptor, and the feedback. Question number 10. Which of the following specialties might focus on studying all the structure of the ankle and foot? It includes a regional anatomy. Number 11. A scientist wants to study how the body uses foods and fluids during a marathon run. This scientist is most likely an systematic anatomist because he was reading a system. Number 12. The smallest independently functioning biological unit of an organism is a cell. Number 13. A collection of similar tissue that performs a specific function is an organ. Number 14. The body system responsible for structural support and movement is cardiovascular system, endocrine system, muscular system, or skeletal system. Skeletal system provides support and movement. Number 15. Metabolism can be defined as A. Adjustment by an organism to external or internal changes. B. Processes whereby all unspecialized cell become specialized to perform distinct function. C. Process whereby new cells are formed to replace worn out cells. D. Sum of all chemical reaction in an organism. So the answer is number D. Metabolism can be defined as the sum of all chemical reaction in an organism. Number 16. Adenosine triphosphate is an important molecule because it A is a result of catabolism, B release energy in uncontrolled bursts, C store energy for use by body cells, or D all of the above. So the answer is adenosine triphosphate is important molecule because it stores energy for use by the body cell. Number C. Question number 17. Cancer cell can be characterized as generic cells that performs no specialized body function. Thus, cancer cell lack A. Differentiation, B. Reproduction, C. Responsiveness, or D. Both reproduction and responsiveness. The answer is D. They lack differentiation. Number 18. Humans have the most urgent need for a continuous supply of food, nitrogen, oxygen, or water. Human needs oxygen. Number 19. Which of the following statement about nutrients is true? A. All classes of nutrients are essential to the human survival. B. Because the body cannot store and micronutrients, they need to be consumed nearly every day. C. Carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and micronutrients. Or D. Micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. So the answer is all classes of nutrients are essential to the human survival. Number 20. C.J is stuck in her car during a bitterly cold blizzard. Her body responds to the cold by A. Increasing blood to her hand and feet, B. Becoming lethargic to conserve heat, C. Breaking down stored energy, or D. Significantly increase blood oxygen level. The answer is C. Her body responds to cold by breaking down stored energy. Number 21. After you eat lunch, nerve cells in your stomach respond to the distension, the stimulus resulting from the food. They relay this information to a control center, a set point effector, or sensor. So they relay this information to a control center. Number 22. Stimulation of the heat loss center causes A. Blood vessels in the skin to constrict, B. Breathing to become slow and shallow, C. Sweat glands to increase their output, or all of the above. So, stimulation of heat loss center causes sweat glands to increase their output. Question number 23. Which of the following is an example of normal physiological process that uses a positive feedback loop? Blood pressure regulation, childbirth, regulation of fluid balance, or temperature regulation. So, Childbirth is a example of positive feedback loop. Number 24. What is the position of the body when it is in normal anatomical position? A. Person is prone with upper limbs including palm touching sides and lower limbs touching at sides. B. Person is standing facing the absorber with upper limbs extended out at 90-degree angle from torso and lower limbs in a wide stance with feet pointing laterally. Or C. The person is supine with upper limbs including palms touching sides and lower limbs touching at the side. Or D. None of the above. So the correct answer is none of the above. Number 25. To make a banana split, you halve a banana into two long, thin right and left side along the which plane? Coronal plane, longitudinal plane, mid-sagittal plane or transverse plane. So the answer is mid-sagittal plane. Question number 26. The lumbar region is inferior to the gluteal region, inferior to umbilical region, superior to cervical region or superior to popliteal region. Answer is D. It is superior to the popliteal region. Number 27. The heart is within cranial cavity, mediastinum, posterior dorsal cavity, or all of the above. The heart is in the mediastinum. Number 28. In 1901, William Broughton was the first person to win Nobel Prize for Physics. For what discovery did he win? Nuclear physics, radiopharmaceuticals, the link between radiation and cancer, or X-ray? The correct answer is X-rays. Number D. Number 29. Which of the following imaging techniques would be best to use to study uptake of nutrients by rapidly multiplying cancer cells? Is it CT, MRI, PET, or ultrasonography? The answer is PET. Number 30. Which of the following imaging studies can be used most safely during pregnancies? CT scans, PET scans, ultrasounds, or X rays? We all know this. It is ultrasounds. Number 31. What are the two major disadvantages of MRI scan? A. Release of radiation and poor quality images. B. High cost and the need for shielding from magnetic signals. C. Can only view metabolically active tissue and inadequately availability of equipment. D. Release of radiation and the need for a patient to be confined to the metal tube for up to 30 minutes. So the answer is B. High cost and need for shielding from the magnetic signals. These are the two disadvantages of MRI scan. This brings us to the end of the video. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment sections or go to chapter number 1 of my video explainer. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my videos. Thank you.